少年よ神話になれ
Just who in the hell do you think we are?
We are anime.
Don't be a dick, Shinji.
Are you sure this plan with your son will work?
Of course I am! What could possibly go wrong? Shinji!
Dad?
Pilot this robot!
No!
Fuck! Well, there goes that plan. Wait a minute. I have the perfect idea. Get in the damn robot, Shinji! Genius.
Why are you always shouting at me?
Why? Why? My wife is dead, the world is coming to an end, and to top it off, I have a spineless pussy son with a bigger vagina than Justin Bieber who is so useless he's incapable of even thinking for himself!
And that's basically Evangelion in a nutshell, just like I told you.
What would you do when you have the opportunity to pilot a giant robot? Would you pull a Shinji and be like, no, I don't want to be in a giant robot doing stupid stuff?
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't even fucking contain how much excitement I'd have at that point in time.
I mean, like, just like the Gundam pilots, man. They were all like, I don't want to kill, but I have to. And it's like, are you really going to? Well, I mean, it's taking a human life, sure, but, like, you're going to deny being in a giant robot fight? Come on.
Absolutely not.
No.
No
You
one
have
would.
the opportunity to fuck shit up in a giant Gundam. I'd take that shit.
I mean, if you put a giant fighting robot in front of me, I'm definitely not going to say no, and I'm definitely not going to fucking jump in that thing as soon as I fucking can and just
Bro,
take the fuck
you could
off.
put a regular size one in front of me and I'd still pilot it.
Right, no shit.
Doesn't have to be
Doesn't-
giant.
doesn't have to be giant. What would you even do in that robot, though? Like, say, like, you just fucking... Optimus Prime fucking is outside your house one day at
Banging
your
on the
doorstep.
fucking door.
Just like, hey, I need you to come pilot me and fight Megatron. What would you do? Like, you've got 1 second to answer. Like, you either walk away or you just get in the fucking robot.
That's the type of on-the-job training that I prefer. Sink or swim, motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it were me, I'd be like, well, I'm either going to die or I'm going to die happy. Let's go.
Right?
So we are, and now I mention everything. I am your host, Tyler Campbell.
I am your co-host, Riley Wallen. And to my left here, we have the one and only.
It's your boy Mason.
Hey, he's
Hey.
back, dude. We missed him. He's back, man.
A lot of shit's been going on, man.
Yeah, man.
Good stuff.
He's out of my basement now. He lives in a house, and I am so proud of him. Him and his son.
I took his cat.
He
He
did.
definitely stole his
I
cat.
stole his cat.
He did. Yeah.
Who is a
Jack-
good boy?
He's the best, boys.
Dude, having a German Shepherd and a cat, not a good combo. I love that cat. He's 18.
He old. Yeah.
He's real old for the listeners. His name is Jack the Ripper, and he can only see out of one eye. He's
from the streets, man.
dude. He's gangster as fuck.
It's from the streets of Chicago.
Yeah.
My boy been through some stuff here.
Southside.
So Mason's moved on out, and he's doing his own thing. I miss you.
I miss you guys, too. I know the listeners have missed me.
I know they
You
have.
definitely have, man.
I've been
Yeah.
getting emails all day about this shit. Where's Mason at?
I sit there and listen to the videos and edit them, and I'm not in it, and it's weird.
Yeah.
That's okay, though.
So we're on today's topic. What is today's topic? You're probably wondering with the Evangelion Gundam talk giant robot.
More or less, we're talking about the
Pokemon.
one and only.
Sorry. Stick to the script.
Jesus Christ. The one and only genre that actually counts in most animes. Fucking mecha animes.
Big ass robots fucking shit up.
It started with, the likes of Gojira, Ultraman, all the, big Japanese fighting movies of just giant things fucking up cities and destroying planets, what have you. They've got a lot of great things in mind when they make those movies. But one thing that rings true is mecha animes. There's so fucking many of them, and they're so good, and they stand out so well. We want to go back to one of the earliest animes, original Mobile Suit Gundam, which I believe came out in 1978, 1979, something like that.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll believe you.
Absolute fucking masterpiece.
See how I followed Gundam was I watched Wing. I got through Wing, and I said, "Hey Corey, my older brother, what's next?" And he showed me Mobile Suit Gundam, and it blew my fucking mind.
And it's funny because his next was what was before, technically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, in the saga because it's the original Grandpa Gundam.
So basically, like for the listeners, if they have or haven't seen it, all the different like adaptations of Gundam, it's all different universes, correct?
Yeah.
More or less.
I mean, they're not. Some of them I know are like a continuation, but
There's
most
still
of them
90%
are individual.
of them are extremely political, and it's
Yes.
between the Federation and the Zeons. But
North and
they-
South type of Civil War action.
Yeah, more or less. North and south of the universe. Like, who
Yeah.
owns the most fucking space in space?
Yeah, even wings like Earth and then the colonies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then and then we have like shows like Evangelion, and I wouldn't even put Gurren Lagann in that category, because Evangelion is a completely different beast on its own. It's
That is-
not only a really good action anime for robots, but it's also a huge like mindfuck the entire time.
Oh yeah, it's a huge like kind of trauma story that's more or less it shies away from the political side of things to more of an angels and demons sort of theme.
I mean, I
More
would
or
say
less.
that Gurren Lagann and Evangelion actually have a lot in common. if
That's
you
what I
think
was
about it.
thinking.
Yeah, they're
That's
not.
what I was
They're not
thinking.
your typical kind of big space war battle. It's more of like an interpersonal story of like
Exactly.
someone finding their
Yes.
strength.
Thank you.
So
Yeah, and then we have Gurren Lagann, and I remember a little bit about it. Like I watched it I want to say probably a couple of years ago, and Gurren Lagann, it was pretty much a group of people trying to escape the ground, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
they lived
it
in
was,
caves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they lived in caves underground, and their jobs were to drill holes. They basically like made roadways underground because that's where they were forced.
Yeah, the
to
main
live.
character he calls himself Simon the digger.
Yeah.
And through half of it, he says that's all he's good for. But
Yeah.
if you are a longtime listener, you know that the first anime episode, they had brought that up to me, and I had not seen Gurren Lagann.
And he has.
since then,
He
I have
has.
actually
He has
watched
watched-
it, and I've fallen in love with it.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good.
I cried a couple times. I'm
and-
not going to lie to you.
And that is one anime that you will watch and it'll change your life. Something about it just kind of clings to your soul.
Dude, it like
rings
instantly went to
so
top
true.
5 for me.
Yeah.
It really did.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
Like-
it's definitely one of those mecha animes that is 100% like spirit driven, and it's just they start so fucking low in the story and they rise
Literally
to
in the
the
dirt.
top.
And then
Dude,
they end up
literally
in space.
in the
They end up in
dirt.
different like dimensions of reality, basically, in
It's
space.
insane.
Yeah, I mean, what's cool about his mech is that his key for the robot is a drill
it's
itself.
the drill.
It's a
It's-
relic that he found underground.
It's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
That he wasn't supposed to find.
No.
But no one was supposed to find, actually,
No.
let alone a human.
See, I remember Gurren Lagann. I remember binge watching it because I loved it so much, just like Mason said. I found this. He showed it to me. I found this anime. I was like, hey, Riley, you heard of Gurren Lagann? He's like, yeah, I actually watched it, and I've been telling you to watch it for months. And I was like, yeah, I know. I've been...
That's how most stories go with
Yeah.
you too.
Yeah.
I tell Tyler something and then
And then he brings it up later like, bro, I found this anime.
like,
Gurren Lagann.
It's like, oh, you mean the thing I told you about 3 months ago that you moved on and forgot about?
It was
Sure.
kind of like Erased. You did the same thing with Erased. If anybody's watched Erased on Netflix, it's like 6 episodes long, totally worth
Yeah.
it. Riley was preaching the good word to me for months, and I just ignored the shit out of him. 'cause
I
I've
wouldn't
been-
say for months. It was probably like a week.
months, weeks. I'm not good with time.
not to
But-
segue, but that's how I feel about Chainsaw Man, because you tell me I really need to get into it,
You-
and I
you
haven't seen
definitely
anything
should.
about it.
Riley's
so.
got the hookup on
Not-
anime.
I was gonna say, not to be too off topic, but Chainsaw Man is the anime is actually coming out here in a few months, and I've kind of been slacking on it lately. Like, there's quite a bit of chapters out right now. I got to like chapter 13, and I just never really picked it back up as far as reading goes. And I'm definitely
Expect that in the future from
yeah,
us.
definitely.
I'm definitely
It's,
interested.
That is, like I said, not to get off too far off topic here. That is gonna be like once that thing hits the ground, it's gonna be fucking running because it's pretty insane. Like, it's as far as violence and just like fucked up stories go, it has it all. It's fucking nuts. But
So we've been on a peeker binge lately, and I'll tell you, I saw in like the second page of me going through peekers for your car. If you know, you know, but if you don't know, you don't know. There was a Chainsaw Man one. And
Yeah,
I was like,
it's-
that's I don't know. It's like popular, I guess.
that's crazy. That's
So-
what I'm saying. It's so popular that like, and it's not even animated yet.
Exactly.
That's how good it's gonna be.
See,
it
for
has
me-
such a good following.
For me, I've never really been a fan of mangas. I've always wanted to get into them.
It's because you're dyslexic.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That was a half joke.
Yeah, well, it's true.
It's
It's
real.
true. Honestly,
I mean,
it's
if you
hard.
think
It's
about
hard
it-
for me. It's hard. It's also hard for me to like image how the scene would be, even with the illustrations. It's always hard for me. But the segue back into the mechs. Riley told me about it. I finally sat down and watched it. I watched like 3 episodes, And the next morning I woke up and I was like, all I want to do today is sit in my underwear, eat some junk food, and watch Gurren Lagann. And I was not upset by the end of it. They're throwing fucking galaxies and shit at each other.
That's how you guys preached it to me, and I was
that's-
like, "That's bullshit. You're not. I don't believe you."
I passed
No, it
on
really
the
happened.
infinite wisdom that was passed on to me by a dear friend of mine, who he'd mentioned it to me probably like 3 or 4 years ago, and was like, "Have you ever heard of this?" And I'm like, "No, what's it about?" And he's like, basically it's like giant fighting robots, and by the end of it they're throwing galaxies at each other. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Then I watched it and I'm like, holy fuck.
Literally.
He wasn't lying. like they did it. Holy fuck. Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, top 5. I mean, I think we're all in agreement there that it really rings true. It's just one of those pivotal stories. Definitely, it just really sucks you in, and there's actually been a lot of stuff that's been inspired from it. And I was telling Mason this recently. Yeah. The ending actually was adapted to the the last season of Samurai Jack that recently came out a few years ago, and that's just how like inspiring that fucking masterpiece was. The everything about it is just amazing in my opinion.
It is.
The writer and the director for the anime. He's made other projects. He made Kill la Kill, which is probably one of the most obnoxious animes I've ever seen. But
I haven't seen it yet.
The art style is insane in it. It's very Gurren Lagann-esque. He made Promare.
I would say Promare. You just gave me that. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
though.
that's another pretty good movie. It's a little out there in the beginning. Like, it doesn't really make sense. It's like, why is this about fucking firefighters? Like, it's almost like kind of a ripoff of Fire Force at first, but then it like becomes its own thing. And
I really fuck with
good.
Fire Force.
Yeah,
I really fuck with Fire Force. But
as far as other mech animes go, there's other things out there that I haven't seen that I'd kind of like to talk about a little bit. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. One anime, as far as mech animes that I know of, Code Geass.
I love Code. Oh,
you've seen it.
I have a mixed feeling about Code Geass because it's kind of got that Hiro Yui. What was the main characters? I have listeners already.
Lelouch.
No, I'm not talking about Lelouch.
Okay.
I'm talking about Wing. Like, Wing had Hiro and Relina Peacecraft as a love interest in a show about mechs.
And I love the very time, like the first time they talk to each other, he's like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
I actually am watching this right now.
Wing?
Yeah, I'm on
Wing
episode 6. I'm
Wing is
rewatching
fantastic. Wing is fantastic. We'll definitely dive into that. And I've got a lot of questions for you guys.
Now that I'm older, I want to say that, like, I am not impressed with the English voice acting in it. They sound so flat and so dead. And, like, part of me, like, I know that's their character, but it's like...
Hero is very dead. Troa is
Relina,
very...
she's just like, Trio, or I'm here, kill me.
Yeah.
It's just, they're reading it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel it as much.
Honestly, man, I don't mean to sound like an elitist in the slightest bit, but the older I get, just, dub voice acting for anime is just not hitting for me. Like, I just really just can't get into it sometimes.
Nope.
See,
honestly, like, it really just throws me off my game. Like, I don't know. Like, I've just learned to, like, I feel like when there's sub voice acting in anime, like, there's more emotion behind it. So it's more of the intended emotion behind, like, what's happening is there.
My thing is I watched half of One Piece dubbed because it was available and I was able to watch it. So I did that because why not? Why avoid reading? Especially for somebody like me.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I get to the sub part and
Tyler's such a cool guy.
Fuck you,
Fuck
man.
reading.
Yeah. All right. So I get to the sub part and I don't hate it. And I actually fall in love with it. And I feel like if I were to go back and watch One Piece subbed, I would actually like the characters more. Not that I don't love the characters already, because I'm at, for our listeners, I'm at 930. Yeah, I actually during my chronocation, I binge watched One Piece.
This guy's been putting in the work over here.
Yeah, I started from Ground Zero, episode 1, and I got all the way to 930 during a 6-month period, and now I am just I'm kind of in purgatory with it because I watched so much anime that I just literally could not handle anymore.
So let me ask you this, because this is, as I was telling you before, I just finally got caught up on Black Clover, which I thought was the end. It's not, which I'm heavily fucking disappointed, but that's okay. I'll be patient. I'll wait. they have a moment in that show where they have a mecha adaptation, which I know you know about. Henry.
Oh, yeah. Henry he
makes the
controls
Black Bulls
castle.
Yeah, he controls the Black Bulls hideout and turns it into a fucking bull mech.
It's pretty dope.
It is. It's hilarious, honestly, and it's fucking cool. Like he pulls it off well.
He does.
Is there a moment in One Piece where something like that happens?
Yes, actually,
Okay.
this is really cool. So Frankie, he's the
Shipwright.
Yeah,
Right?
shipwright.
I know stuff.
Bam!
I lived with
Look
you.
at you. Look at this motherfucker right here.
I know stuff.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. Actually, during Mason and I living together, we actually watched a lot of One Piece together.
And that's the first time I've ever actually watched it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So Frankie,
I'll get there one day.
Probably. Everybody says that. Don't fucking the Marine Ford War. Okay, I'm getting off topic. We're gonna have our
Answer
One
my
Piece.
question.
We're gonna
fucker.
I was gonna say we're gonna have a One Piece episode eventually.
I wanted to talk about Gurren Lagann. We're talking about One Piece now.
I'm sorry. We're getting there.
This is a mech anime podcast.
Fuck you guys. You guys asked the question.
He's
I
like,
just
it's literally called anime.
okay.
Would
Yeah.
have mentioned everything.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay. So there is an anime. There is a mech thing to One Piece, and it's Frankie.
So when you say that, I picture like a pirate ship turning into
no,
a robot.
no,
Nothing like that
no,
happens?
no.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
So
more subtle.
yes. Mason understands. So Frankie is half cyborg, and then there's a time skip. He ends up blowing up the human skin of himself, and he's just pretty much all bare material.
This guy like slowly becomes a robot,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, it's really cool. Frankie's a fantastic character. Super Frankie. But that was my sub version of Frankie. But yeah, the listeners are laughing too because I'm fucking hilarious. But we see Frankie go from like this decent guy to like a robot, and then he creates a robot that he gets into.
Yeah.
It's called I forget what it's called. It's not. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called right
Frankie Lagann.
now. No.
The root of my question is like they're like a big mech.
Yeah.
in
That's
One
what
Piece.
that's what I was getting at initially. It's called the Iron Pirate.
Okay.
The Iron Pirate is something that Frankie built after the time skip, and it is something that he jumps into. And Luffy. What's funny about One Piece is if you watch the entire thing during the Thriller Bark period of One Piece, they jump together and they form this like human robot where Frankie's the body of it, and they're like a mecha mecha straw hat robot or something. It's really stupid because it's a dumb idea. Like Usopp and Zoro were the arms. Luffy
So
was
it's like
the head.
Voltron.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
were actually human beings, like attaching each other to
I
Frankie.
remember seeing like a sketch of
funny.
this or something, or like a
Like,
still
Usopp-
from the episode.
Usopp was the arms. Usopp was the arms. Luffy was the arm. Frankie was the head, and Sanji and Zoro were the legs.
Okay.
And they basically hold up Frankie, but like Zoro turned around and saw it, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking do that. That's fucking dumb. We're in a serious fight right now."
And then he got lost again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's his thing. So yeah, they do have a mech. So Frankie took that idea and actually turned it and applied it to the show, which was fantastic. But yes, to answer your question, they do have a
Okay.
mech.
Well, the thing I was getting at is just that's how deep mecha genre is just rooted in all animes, like of all shapes and
It's
sizes.
in Japan's blood.
Yeah,
honestly,
exactly.
Really.
It's their
They're proud of
lifeblood.
it too.
Yeah,
so.
it's fucking awesome. It's one thing that like I wish our country kind of had and took pride in is building giant fucking robots. That's
Well, we
It's
have
insane. It's
we have the
awesome.
scary human looking ones. Like we don't have the
we have
city
the
building.
we have the Elon Musk AI bots that are just fucking creepy.
to derail a little bit. Like I saw an Android on Facebook today. It had facial features, like to the point where you could tell it was surprised. You could tell it was shocked that it was seeing its hands for the first time. The full body. I honestly, I'm so scared for
That's
the
not
future.
safe. Yeah.
Isn't there a there's actually a country that had a robot actually
Yeah.
honored as
Yeah.
a citizen?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like Sweden or Switzerland, I want to say. It was it was the really famous female robot, like actually was named a citizen.
Yeah,
of
and
the
it's
country.
only half her body. It's only half her body, and she's really creepy. So,
Her name's like Sue or something. I don't fucking
it's super
know.
simple. Doesn't matter. But yeah,
Yeah.
we mechs have been a thing for us for goddamn forever, and the animes that we appreciate. What do mech animes do for you? Like whenever you think about it, like what does that bring up for you guys?
It really takes me back to my childhood because as long as I can remember, I loved Power Rangers. I loved Transformers. And I don't know, robots in general, I've always just kind of been fascinated with. I've always liked to see them transform and combine for some reason. That probably is like some deep-seated fetish I have or some shit. I don't know, but it definitely is like
You get your
satisfying.
fiance into the fucking bedroom and say, form the robot. Do it.
Transform to, I don't know, fucking Pterodactyl or something. I don't.
Flying Eagle.
Flying Eagle, yeah.
The Kimberly outfit stays on during sex, all right? Pink
Yeah,
Ranger all
exactly.
the way.
I need you to do the Megazord pose before I bust on your face. I don't fucking know.
Well, I think what you're basically saying is, and I kind of thought about it for a second, it's like power. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is. It's like it makes you feel empowered, I guess, when you watch it, and it also, in my mind, it would help me forget about like reality. Which I mean, like when most people watch most things, they kind of feel that way. But like,
Yeah.
I could get lost in that universe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could go to space. I could pilot a giant robot. I could do anything.
It's the
essentially.
capability. It's
Yeah,
the
it's the
it's the
freedom.
potential and the capability that you know that you have inside of yourself that you could possibly, if it was a thing, pilot a mobile suit or a mech.
To be honest, I'm dreaming of the day I can do that.
Yeah, one
I
day.
can just walk outside.
I
get
mean,
my
we're never gonna
robot.
see it, but like our kids might. Who knows?
Yeah, just walk outside of my house one day at 50 years old, go into my giant barn and work on my robot. You know, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I think, a very cultural thing that Japan kind of bestowed upon the world. Is fighting.
They did us
robots.
a favor.
Yeah,
they
they
did us
definitely
a solid.
favor.
We did Hiroshima and they gave us Gundam.
Wow.
Who won here?
It was really the way.
I mean, everybody over here in America is bowing down to Japan right now because they animes and everything. So.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
you guys.
American
You stole my heart
cartoons
at Super Nintendo Japan. So
Yeah, definitely.
I've been
Godzilla.
They also stole your
and,
wallet too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I have so many unbuilt Gundam models that, you know, I don't know. At this point, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. We'll figure it out one day. But as far as animes go, I'd kind of like to get more deep into some ones that aren't talked about enough. Tyler here introduced me to something years ago that I still to this day have not fucking seen. And
What
I
is
know
it?
there's several adaptations to it, movie and actual shows. Escaflowne.
I've actually watched that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would,
Okay, Escaflowne.
I was
is
There's two
definitely-
different versions of
I would
it.
like you to kind of give me the abridged, or our listeners here, the abridged version of what that is about, and
Okay.
what kind of mechs we're seeing in this show.
It is so hard because it's about basically a revolution between princes because their father was the king of the land, and then there was two brothers, and the evil one obviously killed the father. Then there was a revolution between them.
Also, to preface this, I want to say that this is actually an old anime. So
It is
it's made in a
fucking
completely different style than what you're probably used to.
It is my favorite style, but
Yes.
basically there is I want to say like kind of like the rebels. They're rebels. It's a caravan of people, and they are off to find this mech in order to defeat the evil brother's army because he took over the kingdom. He took over the father's army, and he's got this massive land, and he's got these fucking troops. So basically, in a nutshell, the two brothers go at it with these giant mechs, and it is gory.
So you'd
the
say it's
entire
kind of like
time.
a Dante versus Virgil story of like good and evil, more or less.
I would say it's more like the Triguns show between the two brothers.
Okay.
There's one, they have understandings for each other about certain situations, but when it comes down to actual ideology behind on how they want to be the king, it's completely different. Like one wants complete world domination, the other one wants world peace.
Yep.
So as far as like the mechs in this show, though, what do they look like? Because I've never seen any sort of artwork or anything like that. I just know that like fighting robots are involved in this anime.
So
somehow.
what's cool is it's Escaflowne is another transformation anime. It has a mech that has two different stages. The mobile suits that they use or armors, they're called dragon armors. They're these giant suits, and they actually bleed when cut.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So
I'm getting some images here.
yeah, it's all blood. It's all blood from the prince, and only the princes can pilot these things. Those of the royal descent can pilot these things.
I was gonna say, okay, so you know how in Evangelion, like the evas are basically like kind of alive.
Yeah.
So that's like similar to what Escaflowne is. Like it's not like a big robot mech.
It's
like
not- it's not
it's like
something-
an
it's not-
extension of whoever the pilot basically.
Yeah, and
like,
it's got
Right,
these. It's
yeah.
got these drills inside the pilot, and like basically,
Yeah, I
when
mean-
the pilot bleeds, the robot bleeds.
Okay, so I'm seeing here it was actually made in 1996.
Yeah.
Dude, these mechs look fucking awesome.
Yeah, and what's
it's
really cool,
unique, right? It's
yeah,
different.
but what's really cool is that mech, that dragon armor, quote unquote, it turns into a fucking dragon.
It actually does.
That's
yeah. Mhm.
awesome.
Dude, it's fucking sick. I
I-
haven't seen anything as cool as that.
I think I know I'm going to be
since
watching soon.
Epion.
Honestly, that's definitely
Be
something.
forewarned though, if you want to watch it. Like I said, it's not that it's dated in a bad way, but it's like longer and it's a different
That's okay.
style.
But
it's
you
a
can
different
find- you
style
can
of anime.
find-
It's not like action every single episode. Shit's
Yeah.
going down. Like,
No,
I'm
but you
used
can
to
also find a movie. I have the movie version where
Yes.
it basically sums up the story.
really more to the point. That's for
Yes,
damn sure. It's
exactly.
cool. It's good.
Exactly.
I like it.
It's kind of got an Inuyasha feel with the girl going from the future to the past.
I remember you let me borrow that movie, and I had it for like 3 months. And
You had it for like a year.
I was
No,
gonna
that
say
was-
you
that was-
you periodically would ask me
Final
like, "Hey, did
Fantasy.
you watch that yet?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, no, I haven't gotten around to it." Like,
I'll get to it when I get to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm done after this. I'm showing Riley the dragon.
that looks pretty.
Can you
awesome.
describe
Yeah,
that
it's
dragon
cool.
real quick?
Yeah, that's
Looks like from Yu-Gi-Oh or some shit.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy.
That is quite literally what I was gonna reference.
That's
I'm
what
like,
it looks like.
yeah,
See, I remember you having questions about Code Geass. Code Geass.
yeah.
with,
I kind of touched on it a little bit.
with Lelouch, it is another revolutionary anime, which most seem to be. They're all focused on the mech that Lelouch has. It's just, for me, I didn't actually get through it because I felt like it was too romanticized. I'm not into a mech show for romance. I don't care what.
I'm in it for the action.
I'm in it for the action. I'm not here for Eureka 7. I'm not here for a
Ooh.
love. Yeah, we're gonna get to Eureka 7
You
too.
you just opened up a can of worms there, boy.
Baby, we're gonna get to it. Don't worry.
I got the box set downstairs.
I'm just caressing it right now. Exactly. I'm just caressing the topic. We're getting there. We're going to. But I honestly, I'm not in it for that romance for the show. I want blood. I want violence. I want robot on robot violence. But I don't want Pacific Rim. Whoever gave me Pacific Rim needs to fucking die.
Hey, I still have not actually seen Pacific Rim.
It's bad.
Congratulations.
I haven't seen Pacific Rim. I haven't seen Real Steel. I've been told tons of times to actually watch both of
Nope.
them.
Nah.
Whoever
Not
told
good?
you that, nope.
No, I just don't.
They're
that's-
movies.
I wouldn't be disappointed if I didn't like know what it was.
I know
Like if
they,
it would if you take my memory of those movies and erase it, like man, I've never seen that. Like I
Mason's
might be in a
speaking
better
facts right
position
now.
than I'm in right now.
Oh,
You know,
that's a really deep way to put it, but I get what you're saying.
it's like after you've seen Cloverfield, you're like, wow, that was
That was a movie.
See,
it was a movie.
I haven't even
wasn't
seen,
disappointed.
I
It
haven't
was
even
just
seen
like
the first Cloverfield. I've seen
It's-
the Cloverfield, or like it's like something Cloverfield Lane with John Goodman
Yeah,
and the
mhm.
chick from Scott Pilgrim versus the World. But
Ramona?
yeah, Ramona, that's her name.
I would
so.
peg
So
Ramona.
basically, it's like Blair Witch, to where the whole time you're like hyped up to see some shit, but like
Nothing
nothing fucking happens.
It's like they're gonna fight. The robots are gonna fight. It's like, now they settled their differences.
Yeah, it honestly, dude, it is hot trash. And like, what's crazy is they always try to like link it to the Gojira.
I was gonna say I've heard it's like part of
Godzilla
the
for the
kaiju
Americans.
universe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gojira.
it's part of the kaiju universe in a sense, like with the newer Godzilla movies and stuff like that. I could see how that'd be linked. I think it's cool. I think it's kind of Americanized, if anything. But
Else, I did enjoy
It's
the
100%
Godzilla
Americanized.
the new Godzilla movie was fucking awesome.
Thought it was cool. Yeah.
You know what I didn't
It's
like?
definitely everything I could have wished for, because the original Godzilla movie, Tyler, that was actually my first IMAX movie that I ever went
Dude,
and saw.
I was so disappointed.
The
Yeah, Tyler-
original from 1950.
No,
Hey, I got HBO Max. I got it all.
I remember watching those too back in the day, living with Tyler. But the first American Warner Brothers Godzilla movie that
Yeah.
came out in like 2014. That was my first
No.
IMAX movie.
We watched it
And
together, and it was
We did,
great.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure we got fucking stoned as shit.
Yeah, we got stoned as shit, and we went to the IMAX in Savoy, and we saw that, and I was just fucked up the whole time, and I was just pissed because the whole fucking movie was about the Navy, and my ex at the time was going into the Navy, and she had just left, so that's all I could fucking think
So it
about.
was just a
was
bad
the goddamn
time.
Navy. It's like I just want to
Bad
see
time.
this fucking kaiju fight, whatever the fuck this other kaiju is, and I'm sitting here getting reminded of a fucking bad relationship I have.
It reminds me of to end this segment. It reminds me of everything Godzilla shouldn't be about. Like, I liked it. I liked big monsters. I like shit getting fucked up, but it focused too much on the people and not enough the kaijus themselves, which I felt like King of the Monsters definitely fixed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
The Super Nintendo game
That
I don't have.
That is okay.
Actually,
I was gonna say I had to backstep there for a second. I was gonna say because Godzilla on Super Nintendo, Super Godzilla, terrible game. King of the Monsters,
it's like so bad it's funny.
amazing game.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's not like if I were a kid in the 90s or late 80s going to grab that game.
Dude, I remember
from
renting it.
Walmart or Target
Yeah.
or wherever, and then I go home and put that in my Super Nintendo and play it.
It was like
I would be the most disappointed fucking kid on the face of the earth.
it's like Sim City, but like reverse. It was
Yeah.
like you're just trying to walk over the buildings.
It's like, all right, you're playing Age of Empires, but with Godzilla.
with Godzilla. It's so dumb. Yeah.
Yeah, but we kind of started there with Code Geass, so we can all kind of agree we've had a light dose of it. I haven't really myself been able to formulate an opinion on it. I watched like the first 3 episodes. My personal opinion, I didn't get far enough into it to really make a justified opinion. I just hated the fucking way the characters look. And for
Poppy.
any
Very
listeners there,
poppy.
yeah, like Poppy, like kawaii as fuck.
So
anime,
like the thing with Code Geass is I feel like Gundam pilots are more sharp. They're sharp. Facial features, hands, everything, they're more sharp. I felt like Code Geass was too bubbly with the characters and it made it seem not as serious the entire
like their
time.
eyes were like half of their head
Gotcha.
type characters. You know what I mean?
Too kawaii and soft.
Exactly.
Now I have a legitimate question for anybody who's actually listened to Outlaw or watched Outlaw Star.
You're talking to somebody right here.
You've seen Outlaw Star?
Not all of it. I've seen
Okay.
about half of
So for our listeners, for those who have actually seen Outlaw Star, I want you to message me at menamisfortune@gmail.com. And I want to hear if you think Outlaw Star should be considered as a mech anime.
it. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I mean, you're not addressing me right now, but just as somebody that's
You have to
seen it,
write to him, man.
Yeah.
You gotta
I
send him
want
an
to
email.
know. Yeah, and then you'll hear our opinion. But I want to know from you guys as listeners what you guys think of Outlaw Star. And if you haven't watched it, go ahead and give it a Google. It's definitely worth the watch.
It's definitely a very 90s anime, and I think you'll like it for that.
Absolutely. But for the next mech I want to talk about, we've talked about Pacific Rim.
Gets
We've
spicy
talked
here.
about Evangelion a little bit. It's a mindfuck.
What do we get into?
Talked about Gundam. I want to dive a little deeper into
Oh.
Gundam, into something like G Gundam, big pop head Gundam. You've seen that one, haven't you?
I haven't seen it.
I love G Gundam.
G
I have
Gundam.
He's
Okay,
my
so
second favorite Gundam, Burning Gundam.
Yeah.
Burning
Well,
Gundam.
God Gundam, whatever.
God Gundam, because
Yeah.
we had what was his first one?
What? I don't know. It was
He had
that one.
he had one other Gundam before. I think it was.
Oh, I haven't rewatched it yet.
It might have actually been Burning Gundam because he had Burning Gundam and
G
then
Gundam is Burning Gundam, but it like turns into it once his like little chest thing he opens.
no,
and then-
he gets it destroyed. He gets a whole new mech.
So
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
blow your guys' mind right now.
What?
I've
Sorry.
only seen Mobile Suit Gundam. That's literally the only.
Well,
Gundam
that's not
series.
terrible.
No, it's
That's
Well,
not
then
terrible.
Why do you have a poster of Unicorn over there?
I've watched the first few episodes
Mhm.
of it.
Mhm.
I was
That's a
actually
wall scroll, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you really want to get into that story here, I was visiting.
I didn't ask for no
These
story,
are the
man.
stairs of judgment.
No,
You know what?
I want to know.
I'm
now.
talking now.
Yeah, I want to know.
You made it
I
apparent to the
got the
listeners.
microphone
here.
and I'm in power.
The listeners want to know.
I got.
I was on a trip in Colorado to see some family a couple Christmases ago. I went to a retro game shop in a suburb of Denver, and they had a Unicorn Gundam poster. And I thought it was really cool. I kept looking at it as I was walking through the store. I wasn't really finding any games that I wanted to buy. I actually did buy a PS3 Gundam game there, an import Gundam game that I still have not played because I don't have a working PS3. But I grabbed
If you're a
that.
listener and you have a PS3, go ahead and send it.
I thought you
Yeah.
had two.
If you could donate a PS3.
Did you
for
just have the
cause.
one, the backwards compatible one?
No.
Oh, you used to have one.
Well, they're
Sidestep.
all backwards compatible. Anyway,
No, they're not.
I went there.
There's one
I
and
saw
two.
the poster, or the wall scroll, and I was just like, "It's $15. I don't want to leave without it." So I bought it, and I couldn't even take it on the plane home with me. I actually had to have my brother drive home and take it with him.
Why couldn't you have it in the airport?
Just too
It was
long?
just too big.
Too big.
Wouldn't fit in my luggage.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's
I
the
threw away
origin.
a bunch of college
But I have
books.
seen the first 4 episodes of Unicorn. I just haven't finished it yet because they're hour-long episodes, and they're it's really slow moving. Like it's one of those Gundams that it's just it's a lot of political jargon and politics
So
being talked about.
So my extensive knowledge when it comes to Gundams, I've watched a lot of animes. I watch a lot of fucking anime. My extensive knowledge for Gundam, it goes original Gundam, Wing, G, Zeta, Double Zeta, and a little bit of Seed. And there are some offshoots like what is it?
They have little
double-
Gunpla ones too.
double
didn't they?
O- Yeah.
007, War in the
Yeah.
Pocket.
It was with the Alex Gundam. Hold on, 0079.
Yeah,
It was
Alex Gundam.
yeah, with the Alex
was-
Gundam. It was about the Xeon pilot that crashed onto a colony, and there was a Gundam residing in that colony that would defend against Xeon pilots. And he slowly built up his Gundam, his mobile suit. So it was out of scrap parts. So he took like a Golf, took like a Dom, took like a Zaku, and made bits and pieces of a mobile suit in order to fight this thing.
It's really awesome. I'm
Dude,
glad
it was
you
a
mentioned that.
fantastic fucking anime.
I built a model of the Alex Gundam, and I have a suit of armor that I haven't built yet to put on it. That's still with the model kit.
You're slacking, bro.
I know, man. I've definitely see, and that's the funny thing about me is like I've built so many Gundam models that I own kits that I haven't built yet that I know like what Gundams are what and what series they're from, but I've only seen completely the original Gundam series.
So from like a mobile suit aspect, it is very easy to recognize what certain Gundams are,
Right.
because they all have their own genuine characteristics.
What is your favorite mobile suit?
Oh, fuck me! I knew you were gonna goddamn
I'm gonna
fucking
drop
ask
that
me.
bomb on you right now.
Growing up, Quattro from Wing was my favorite. I thought the scythes were fantastic, but then I realized
What, Death Scythe, the black one?
no, Quattro. He is
I have a model of that.
I Sandrock. What is it?
I know what
can't
you're
remember.
talking about. Sandrock Gundam.
Is
The
it
blonde hair guy?
Blonde
Yeah.
hair guy. He has his own army. The problem with him is that he is such a weak character.
He says sorry before he kills people.
That's the problem. Is I feel bad
He literally does.
about
no
the
conviction in
pilot
what he's doing.
itself than I do anything. I mean, he's like, I am sorry, I have to, and he's genuine about his emotions, and it's like, you are in war, sir.
Dude, the kid that was the Asian kid with the long braid.
Wu
he-
Fei?
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, I think so. Yeah, I don't know.
Wu Fei, yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Okay,
that's what
yeah,
it is.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he gets mad when he fights weak people.
Yeah, he gets
Complete
upset.
opposite.
And you
yeah.
got Troa, who doesn't feel any kind of emotions because he's lost his memory.
He's
He
got the
doesn't
emo hair, bro.
Yeah, he's got the extreme emo hair. He Duo, Hiro Yui, Quattro, and
The saving grace for me for the dubbed version of that is what's his name?
Domo.
No. Duo. His voice acting is actually, I love that the English voice actor for him. He's the only character in the whole thing I actually like listening to.
And this is in
It's
Wing.
Wing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Gundam Wing? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's easier to find a copy of Endless Waltz, or actually, it might be harder nowadays.
Is Endless Waltz like is it an offshoot, like it's a movie based on Wing, or is it?
So-
No,
like
it
an
is the
abridged version
ending.
of
It is the
It's
ending.
the ending.
It's
the
the ending,
ending.
and a lot of
I
stuff
see.
happened.
I did not know
a lot
that.
of shit happened in
Yeah.
that movie. Honestly,
They get okay. So at the very
Yeah.
end of Wing Gundam, they blow up their mobile suits. They destroy their mobile suits. So the scientist that actually built their mobile suits gets a hold of bits and pieces and actually creates something new out of that situation. So they all have brand new mobile suits and they all do something crazy fucking different, but they are the same style
yeah.
because there's bits and pieces of that robot there. So you can sit there and create something with that. I mean, they all are considered, because in the show, there's always, they upgrade. They go from Mark 1 to Mark 2.
Yeah.
So you'll have Wing Gundam Mark 1, Wing Gundam Mark 2, which has
So, dude, the
pull
last one
apart.
looks so different than the first
Yeah.
one.
So it looks
They physically
I was gonna
get
say,
extra
I've
pieces
seen
and stuff.
variations of it where it's just like the suit, and then he gets wings, and he gets bigger wings, and
Yeah, exactly, and it adds on to it basically. Yeah.
So basically, what happens is, it looks blocky, right? It looks like a legitimate robot. So we had some time pass by because Wing Gundam didn't come out like right after. I mean, it wasn't like Wing Gundam and then Endless Waltz. It was like Wing Gundam, some time to pass.
Yeah.
It got popular, and then it became something that it is now.
I always thought of it as a second entity in my mind, honestly.
yeah.
Like it's not part of it's not part of the lore.
It kind
at
of
all.
Yeah,
It
exactly,
seems
yeah.
that way in itself, and, and it's not to backstep too far here, but that kind of Evangelion kind of did the same thing.
They actually changed it.
Yeah,
They changed the ending of it, yeah.
That
I actually-
anime has got like fucking 10 different endings if you think about it.
I mean, yeah.
Canonically, there's actually like 35 different timelines for Evangelion.
I actually wanted to talk to you about that because I've only seen I've seen the original Evangelion. I've seen the
The
original
series?
one. Yep, the series.
Have you seen the
And-
movies though?
Hold on. And I got to the end where, the actual director the guy who made the anime got death threats because the ending was so bad. So then he
Yeah.
put out the first movie, and I've seen that, and that was not satisfying at all because I don't want to get too in depth into the movie because I want you guys to go ahead and see it, but it leaves a lot of questions.
Yeah, it definitely does. The original ending itself in the show leaves so many questions. Like, it kind of just ends in a dream sequence, more or less. Not to spoil too much, but the end of Evangelion is said to be the true ending of the whole series. That basically more or less is an abridged version of the whole show, but like I'd say half of the movie focuses on just the ending and how it plays out after the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's really well done. It makes sense. It's concise. It's a masterpiece, if you ask me.
Heavy words.
And it's still a
Hey.
mindfuck at the time. At the same time, it's still a mindfuck, just like the original ending.
See, my brain when I was a kid, I watched Evangelion, I finished it, and I got to the end, and I was like, I want more. I want to understand more. I want to know what I don't understand. I want to understand why everybody's
When I
fucked
saw it as a
up.
kid, I was just confused by
I
the
just-
end.
dude,
When I saw it as an
I liked
adult,
it. Yeah.
I didn't understand what was going on. I was just like,
Confusion.
I still don't like straight up. I'm almost 30 years old, and I still don't fully understand the end of Evangelion, and that's what I mean by a mindfuck. I would have to sit there and watch these kids physically and mentally get put through the worst kind of hell, and I have to be like,
yeah.
I don't know. I can't. I just haven't seen it. I don't know, and
The newer movies that have came out like the last 10 years, I think they're good. I haven't seen all of them yet. The second end of Evangelion, or it's something like, it has some weird title like You Won't Stop, or like This Is Not the End. I don't fucking know. It's
Asuka's got an eye patch.
yeah,
I saw
Asuka's
that.
got an eye patch.
Doesn't do it.
There's
for
another
me.
there's another Ava pilot.
Yeah,
there's a lot going
But
on.
Another
he
main
he
character.
had white hair, right? It was a
No.
No,
It
it's
was
it's
a
a chick. Yeah, she has a pink.
You're talking
she has
about-
a pink Ava.
You're
talking about the guy from the original series.
that
he
like
doesn't count.
he was just like,
The guy-
ooh, hey,
The guy that was there for
Shinji,
one
what's
episode
up?
and wanted to bang Shinji. He doesn't.
Yeah,
count.
that guy.
See, I haven't seen that. I've seen the original
It's
show.
real weird, bro.
The episode where he found out Shinji was a bisexual.
Yeah, he was bi the whole time. He didn't even know.
He didn't even. Yeah, exactly.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I've only seen the first one.
Where'd this yogurt come from?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that happened definitely in the fucking original.
Yeah. But there's literally never mind. We're not going to dive too deep into that, but more or less, like, there's the original end for Evangelion. That was a thing. Caused a lot of controversy. The movie that was made to literally titled The End of Evangelion, in my opinion, was the true meaning. And then there's, the newer series that has, I don't even know what it's about, to be honest. Like, I've watched, like, a little bit of the first movie. It felt like it was just the whole series reiterated. And then the second movie, it kind of turned into something else. Like, it was...
At the very end.
Yeah. It was a bit of a time skip. Like, Asuka and this other person were showing up to, like, basically take Shinji's Eva because he was some kind of, like, vigilante or something like that.
It flips.
It was really weird. Like, it didn't... Like,
Reminds me of Attack on Titan, kind of. Like, shit flips.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
Aaron flips, and
Shit's backwards now.
it's crazy.
So
let me ask you this, guys.
Hold on. I want to ask you.
Hey, hold on.
Hang on.
Yeah. Wait. Pause.
Do I control the room?
No. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
Oh, now it's what about I
No,
want to say.
I want to hear. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Well, I guess it's my fucking turn.
I was gonna make a joke.
I
But no, talk.
Talk.
Eureka 7.
Mm.
We talked about it earlier. I said I
hang
wanted to.
on.
I wanted to
We're not
dick
ready
tickle
for
you.
that yet.
I'm ready for it.
Can I make a joke?
Yeah. What?
No.
Is Attack on Titan technically a mech anime?
I was gonna ask. Shit. If you have an answer for that, go ahead and email us at menofmisfortune@gmail.com.
Please, we would like to know your
Let's take
answers.
a poll.
I'm gonna say yes.
I honestly, I think it is.
Yeah?
If you want my opinion, it's like one of the best, quote unquote, mech animes ever.
I mean, he gets
So
into like
what's
a
your
body.
what's your definition, I guess,
What
of
would be
what
my
mecha?
definition?
Of like if you
Mecha?
consider, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing.
Ooh, we're
I'm
getting
just
deep.
it's a, I would think that'd be a person piloting something, piloting another.
does it have to be big?
A person piloting another humanoid figure or creature?
So what if it's like a tiger robot? It don't count.
What do you mean, like a tiger?
Like
piloting
Voltron.
A tiger?
No, like a human.
No, that would count.
Are Voltron?
well,
The
yeah,
tigers
of course
are they
that's-
mechs? Is that mecha?
Yeah, it's a mech. They're robots. They're made
It's not
of
humanoid
robot parts.
though. That's
It
what you
resembles it. It resembles like a humanoid feature, like a body,
said. Bipedal.
arms and legs and head. A head.
Just what?
Just head. Just one. Sometimes they have two.
Okay.
Sometimes it's two put together. I don't
So
know.
you're just saying a pilot of something
Getting into
bigger.
something
that's,
else.
Yeah.
So
Not like a plane pilot or like, a train conductor or a ship. I don't know, a ship captain.
So in my
whatever.
mind, with mecha, the whole it comes back to the root and heart of it is that you're piloting something that's connected to your spirit, right? It's not that you're physically in it. Like, yeah, you can be in it and pilot it, and it's mecha. But like all of the protagonists and main characters in most mecha animes, it's piloted by
I would
their
agree with
inner,
that. I
inner
would
spirit,
100%
They
right?
agree
form
with
a,
that.
a
Okay.
deep connection with what
connection.
they're piloting.
We have
Yes.
new types for Gundam. We have the promised child for Evangelion. We've got the kids. Well, I don't think Gurren Lagann counts for that stereotype.
What do you mean?
Oh, no, it definitely counts.
That is the number one.
Really?
It's about spirit and the drill. They're the drill
Oh,
species,
yeah.
bro. Like
Fair
it's all
enough.
about their
not,
spirit.
not to mention the fact
Like-
that the anime ends and starts on the same robot that the main character pilots.
True.
There's a
True.
robot, there's a kid and a robot and a robot and a robot and another robot, and then they're in the big robot, bro. Big robot.
I guess every mech has that trope. I mean, fuck.
Well, I guess not everyone, because even in like you could say in Gundam, there's like the normal special types or the normal like
New
soldiers.
types. We've
Like,
got
it's,
new
you know,
types. We've got the soldiers.
but
that
they're
have
never.
the-
They're just fodder at that point. They're just like the
but
people.
they're special amongst the crowd.
Yeah, but you still get fucked up by a Gundam.
Yeah.
If you're a special type and a Gundam comes across your way, he could just flick you in your head and you would die. He's
have you
made of
ever seen-
Gundanium, bro.
I don't understand why it.
Gundanium. You think I'm fucking with you?
I don't
Is that
understand
really a
why
thing? That's
everything-
literally what it's
Yes,
called.
Yes,
I would
yes,
believe
that's why
this.
they're called
I believe
Gundams.
They're because of
Okay.
Gundanium, and you only can find it in
material.
space.
Okay, so,
it's
like, why is it-
vibranium in the Marvel
Yes.
universe?
So why is it everything?
The
made
trope
out of
is
Gundam?
real.
It's hard to
Gundanium.
find, bro. The spices, it's in there, man. You
It's
gotta,
in this,
it's
and now
the
we're getting
spice.
Dune with it.
Yeah, man.
It's like
Dude,
it's like
dude.
lithium. Yeah, it's all about the.
It's hard to get the spice. It's
Oh,
everywhere. It's all around
Everywhere,
you,
but not
like,
in the
it's
important
everywhere.
places.
Yeah.
Why isn't like what like I?
Because that's what makes it rare, man.
Yeah.
What's the difference between you mining in dirt and finding coal versus a diamond? One's just more rare. I
Right.
mean, it's just the process.
And if you're
of it. I
mining
don't
my
know, man.
coal, and I didn't say you could, we're gonna start a war over
I'm
it.
gonna
and
fight.
build big robots, and
It's
shit's
gonna have a
go down.
lawnmower blade for a hand.
It's just resources. Don't touch
Yeah.
my rocks.
This guy's got ideas.
These are my rocks.
Better watch out. Chainsaw Man might come after you for that lawnmower man.
God damn it, Riley!
That's
I wanna
actually a horror movie.
Why?
Did you know that? That's actually a horror movie.
And now I mention everything.
There we go.
Ooh.
My man.
All right, so Riley, I really want to talk about Eureka 7, dude.
Eureka 7.
Eureka.
That is some. Let me just define Eureka 7 for our listeners here. This is an anime that you would have seen if you were one of those kids that stayed up at like 2 a.m. on fucking Saturday night watching Adult
I
Swim.
was gonna ask, is it like late 90s?
Oh no,
Is
it's
it like-
it's more like early to mid 2000s.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd want to say.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely it's not the most action filled, but more like heart filled, like sad
romantic.
kid,
Okay.
romanticist mech anime.
Gotcha.
But it has such a great story, and it hits when it hits. That's like, yeah, it's honestly.
How many
it's-
episodes are we talking?
It's like around, I want to say 50, and I
Okay.
think there's actually offshoots of the original series too, and I want to say they made a few movies.
Yeah,
cool.
I honestly, and the mechs that they use, it's a pretty cool mech. Like they use surfboards to fly around.
Yeah.
In space?
Yeah, no, they're
no.
just on Earth.
Oh, just
Yeah.
on Earth?
yeah.
yeah,
They
okay.
start out. They're like on a gigantic like a carrier ship
Okay.
flying through the sky, and these big ass fucking mechs. I mean, they're probably about the size of Gundams, if not a little bit bigger,
Okay.
like RX-78 Gundam. And they fly off a ship on like a big fucking surfboard and just like fly through the sky, and they have like swords and guns and stuff like that, and they fight other like military-ish mechs that are like-minded. It's really crazy, honestly. It's mainly about like some kid who he was actually like a surfer, kind of like the mechs use. You know what I'm saying? Like he
I was
was
to say, was the mech a surfer because the pilot was, or is that just something that?
No,
that's what they
it's
all
like a
do.
means
That's
of
actually,
transportation.
it's a common
they all do.
trope of
Okay.
the mechs.
They just
And
surf.
it's also like a human trope too. It's like, oh, there's like a surfing league and blah blah blah,
Huh.
stuff like that. Famous
Okay.
surfers, and the kid, he is one of those more or less. And then he somehow, I can't remember how exactly he gets roped into like being a part of like the resistance, so to speak.
I think it was the
But he
woman.
does,
I
yeah.
think it was a woman that he falls in love with
Not
at the show.
surprising.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she ends up being like some weird clone that ends up being like part like jelly butterfly lady. It's weird.
All right.
Honestly,
it
I've
is
never seen
very-
the ending of it.
it is
I don't
very,
even think
very-
I've seen half the series, but it's one of those that's just made such a big impact on me. Growing
is-
up
it is
watching anime, reading manga,
Very
and stuff
heavy
like that.
on the romance, though. It is very,
Yeah.
very, very
A
heavy.
lot
on
of
the
it
romance.
is just like the protagonist whining that he can't be with said character the whole time.
Yeah. It is the most ass backwards anime I've ever seen because
So the main characters like Shinji and Inuyasha,
yes.
More or less,
put
yes.
together,
Yes. Yes. That,
whiny and romantic.
that is the best way to
Romantic
put
as
that
whiny
when
as
it comes
fuck,
to
romantic as
describing
fuck.
him.
Yeah, it goes into like berserk mode and just fucks shit
Right.
up in a robot, more or less. Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
got some tropes to it.
So is it
more or
worth
less.
watching for the listeners?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I would think
Would you
so.
tell me to
Oh,
watch
yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'd recommend.
I mean,
it.
like if you gave me other animes, would that be towards the top of the list, like
No.
Gurren Lagann
It'd be like
should
right
have
in the
been,
middle.
or like
It'd be
Right
like
in the middle. Right in
Okay.
the middle is a
Middle.
good spot.
Gotcha.
for
it's
that
like if
anime.
you've got time
Gotcha.
for it, yeah, watch it.
all right. That's kind of how I feel about Escaflowne. To bring that back up,
Escaflowne,
it's
yeah.
like cool. It's worth watching. It's just like I have never watched it twice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
I've
I've
seen
I've
it. I've
seen
seen it
it.
twice.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that when you do watch it, you have to keep a clear mind on what the fuck is going on, what faction is doing what.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, I would put Escaflowne above Eureka 7, but I
Okay.
wouldn't put Eureka 7 above
Escaflowne.
Escaflowne.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's good to hear about it, man. I'm glad we could kind of elaborate that on that for Mason here.
And the listeners, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
And
No,
our
just me.
listeners
I'm the
here.
only person,
Yeah.
actually.
No, dude, we're only talking to you.
We're only
Fuck
talking to
everybody
Mason,
else.
really. Are we even on a podcast right now?
No, it's
Is that what's
not.
happening?
It's we're not talking to these microphones, talking
No,
about our
It's
own
not where I park my car.
our own opinions, and this is
Definitely
definitely
not.
not where I park my fucking car.
No, never was. Do you even have the keys right now? More or less, there's many great mech animes out there, ones that we love and cherish so much. Gundam, Evangelion, even Code Geass, like, they're way up there as far as notoriety in the anime world. Like,
Did we
they
all
hold
go
a special
through
place.
our favorite ones?
I don't think so.
I don't
yet.
think so. So let's
I would
start
definitely.
with you.
That's something
You
I'd
want-
love to talk about.
Let's
Yeah,
go ahead.
Mason, tell us what's your favorite mech anime and why?
I have a mixed answer just because I watched a very, very legendary one recently, so it's fresh in my mind and like it's on my tongue still. So I mean, I like Gurren Lagann really is amazing. Evangelion's really good. My favorite before I saw Gurren Lagann would have probably been Wing. I like Burning. I like G Gundam a lot. Or actually, not gonna lie, the reboot of Voltron is fucking amazing. It's got Finn from Adventure Time. He's the main fucking character. Well,
Really?
one of. Yeah,
I did not
it's
know that.
really good, actually.
I love
I
me
was gonna
some
say
Adventure
that
Time,
gained
man.
a lot of the remake gained a lot of
Dude.
attention when it came out.
I think I watched like 4 seasons in and have stopped, but I loved it. Me and my son binged it. That's what we used to watch Voltron. It was
That's
so
awesome.
cool. All the voice actors are top notch.
Voltron was actually kind of a small part of my childhood. I had
Yeah.
I didn't have that for.
I
my
was
childhood.
I had a couple Voltron figures.
The
One that was
figures.
just like the whole main robot, and then one that came as a set that was all the robots and they
It
combined.
was all the
But-
tigers.
Yeah, all the tigers, the
Mhm.
arms and the legs. And what sucked was I lost like 2 of the robots that went with it. So I
So
could
you
never.
have nothing.
Yeah.
There's no,
No.
Voltron without
just
5
like-
of
That
them.
was at a very young age. Yeah, it was just like it's not complete. Like I don't know what to
So,
do. I'm
me-
so depressed because I don't know
You
how
can
to
never have
get these.
Voltron,
It's like
yeah.
what am I gonna fucking do? I'm a 6-year-old kid. so
So me growing up, I had Power Rangers. I wasn't
Is
much.
that a mecha to you?
Yeah, I
Did we-
believe
did
so.
Did we? I don't know if we asked that, but
Oh, it
Power
definitely
Rangers, is that a
counts.
mecha
Yeah.
It
thing?
definitely
Okay.
counts.
Half of it, I'd say,
Oh,
in my
yeah.
mind.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not about the robots, but they got fucking robots.
they got robots. And they get inside of
You
them.
know?
They definitely pilot
Yeah.
them to do certain things. It's kind of like I would say Star Trek meets Gundam.
Mm.
That's the best way to describe Power Rangers for those who have not seen Power Rangers, which would blow my fucking mind.
I would
Why are
say-
you watching this? Why are you listening to this right now? You haven't seen Power Rangers? What are you doing? What? Oh, the listeners? They need to know something about me?
That you've seen Power Rangers.
I've seen Power
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of us here have seen Power Rangers. That's another mech / like Japanese influenced show that I watched as a kid. That was definitely heavily obsessive and contributed to my robot obsession as a kid. I can't even count how many fucking Megazords I had. And what I would do to have the original Megazords now, like from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and stuff like that.
So what's really cool is I bought my son this fighting game, and it is a Power Rangers based fighting
It was
game.
broken as
I've
hell.
seen
It's broken as fuck.
They
Like,
just
Funny now.
announced they just announced Rita Repulsa for that game.
ooh,
actually.
can't wait to not buy her.
Yeah, no, she was actually pretty sick, dude. I watched the preview video of her, and she was dishing out some combos there. Like, it
Game
was
is
really
broken as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
let me just go ahead and say that.
Yeah,
before we
they were
even
really
continue this
broken
conversation.
combos. It was
Yeah.
just like juggle. The whole
Megazord
time. Yeah.
finish.
Yeah.
Can't
So like,
block because of this amount of frames.
so
Yeah.
like the characters that they have the original Megazord in it, along with the Dragon Zord.
It's like a summon, though.
I was gonna say it
It's
looked
not
like
you
at
can't
one
play
point
as it, but
she was fighting somebody as like a Zord.
that was the Yellow Ranger, right? In the big suit.
Yeah, they had the
Yeah.
original. So the Yellow Ranger from our childhood.
She had like a rhinoceros suit.
Yeah.
or some shit.
Yeah,
She
that's what it
committed
was.
suicide.
Yeah.
She committed suicide, and the way they
Oh.
committed her.
Oh,
Yeah, it got dark, but listen,
It's Power Rangers, man. What do you
Yeah.
expect?
yeah.
so
Things
they kept
happen.
they kept her around.
You can
They
only
kept-
have so much power.
They kept her character around, and they turned her into a robot Yellow Ranger, and she's pretty slow.
You just don't ask questions.
yeah.
Accept it and move
Definitely
on.
happened.
We're
It sounds
doing
like a
that.
great game. I've definitely been wanting to play that for a long time. I'm pretty sure it's called like Power Rangers Battle for the Grid.
Yep.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yep, 100%.
Mhm.
He knew
Yeah.
it.
I was gonna say I've known about it for like the past like 5 or 6 years. I remember like seeing trailers for it. before
You
it
need
got
the Ice
released.
Ranger and the White and Green Ranger, and then what's the other one? The yellow one with the gun and the sword.
Yeah.
Isn't that who you play as in the game,
Oh,
Tyler?
me? So
Yeah.
I play
You
as
it's
like
the White and Green Ranger, and then
so
you did
that-
the Ice Ranger too.
that's the dark version of the Green Ranger.
Yeah.
And I grabbed the Yellow Ranger because she's got some crazy combo that spins her shit around.
well, she has a sword and a gun, right?
And then there's a lot of like characters I would pick in that situation. Maybe the Black Ranger because he's got the rifle.
Because he's cheesy.
He's cheesy.
Yeah.
You just literally press like R2
Press
or
one
something.
button, you'll win.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
continuously shoots. I tried to cheat my son one time, who is only 5 years old, when it came to that fucking game. And I told him, listen, Atlas, I'm going to beat all the Black Ranger, and all I have to do is press circle. I bet you can't beat
You
me.
can't beat me.
And guess what? That kid tried and tried and tried, and the entire time I hit one button. And Mason watched me do it. He watched me fucking do it.
So what you're saying right now is reasons I can't wait to have a kid, so I can just put them through. Like I'm just gonna pop in Mortal Kombat.
You know
and
what I
just
like to
fucking
do
let
with my
loose.
son? I know this has nothing to do with mechs, but I like to scare my kid randomly, like while we're walking.
Like how?
Bah! I know that's
I
bad.
think half of our listeners just got mad at you.
That's fine. I know that's maddening, but like
You on your toes.
I love my fucking kid so
You're
much.
training him is
We
what
have,
you're doing.
we have an understanding and
Keeping him alert.
Yeah.
No, it's a game that we play. It's a game that we
Can
play.
I tell you a joke real quick?
What?
No.
What's up?
Just you know, because it's about people that are alert. Did you guys hear about Bruce Lee's cousin?
No.
Well, his cousin suddenly's a lot faster.
Oh, go fuck yourself. That's a terrible dad joke. Terrible. That gets 4.5 stars.
Oh,
You get it?
no.
Suddenly.
His
Oh.
cousin suddenly is a lot faster.
Suddenly. Woo! 4.5 stars on that
You're
joke.
really gonna take that?
Yeah, I
one
need you
in.
boys. I needed you for that. That's
So,
for sure.
for mech episode, we're here. We're at the end.
We're here. We're live. We're closing in on the end.
I'm
here.
still disappointed, but yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to make this whole thing about Gurren Lagann and how amazing it is.
Dude,
we'll
could
have
talk
a whole
about
I-
that.
dude,
devoted Gurren Lagann episode.
All right,
We are just covering
Just
our
let me
bases
say my
on
piece.
who we are.
Let me say my piece about it
Go
because
ahead.
you
Hey,
guys
but hang on
told
a
me
second.
to watch this.
Hang on a
Yes.
second. What do you have to say about it?
Okay, yeah. Y'all told me to watch this, and I actually listened for once. And
Glad you did.
I started the first episode, and then my next 2 days were gone.
Yeah.
I binged this,
It's easy.
and I was happy to do it. I
It's
would look
easy.
forward to it.
It's on Netflix.
I was like, man, I can't wait. I don't care where it's at. I got it.
It's on
my PC.
Netflix. If you
It's-
want to watch it, if
you
you're
can
listening
find
to
it.
this,
It's out there,
dude,
trust
it's
me.
fantastic. Honestly,
Yeah.
It's like I feel like there's like 4 phases of it. It's one continuous story, basically about in a nutshell humanity like trying to earn their freedom from oppressive aliens, basically.
Yeah, it gets extremely deep.
Yeah, it really does. But it's about one kid, but I feel like you go through 3 or 4 different stories.
Yep.
Like they're on the earth and they break out, and then they're on the surface and then they run that shit, and then they get into the sky and then run that shit, and then a bunch of time skip happens, and then they go into space and they run that shit, and then they run the whole universe. And
Yep.
Yeah,
and
just
so-
completely flips the script.
yeah, and like the whole basis of like the show is that they're called I don't want to give away too much, but basically humanity they don't even tell you a number. It's thousands and thousands of whatever years in the past. They've always tried to like earn their freedom and get it.
I love
And like
how-
this
can I-
character
hold on.
is the
This
one
one
that does
guy
it.
and his
this
brother.
one guy does it.
Can I
He
just say
everyone?
Can I just say I'm really 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 excited of how excited you are about this anime.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
I
I'm
am
so
like,
glad
it
that
like
you've,
literally makes my day to see you
I'm
just
it
like
literally
glow
like
about this.
the fact that you've taken this anime and it's such a level that we have.
Yeah.
it
It is
you know,
fucking amazing.
I had the same
Dude, like,
reaction.
like I said, when I watched this for the first time, when I watched like the whole last I don't even fucking know, like 12 episodes, like 15 episodes unfold, it changed my life. Like it just made me.
No, yeah.
Like it
It
opened up my
really-
fucking
yeah.
eyes. Like it literally like it tapped into so many emotions I didn't even know I had.
I was gonna
Like,
say
it was fucking crazy.
So after high school, it has nothing to do with this anime, but like it reminds me of the first time I watched Death Note. And like I like went through this story and I like was there with
hold on.
everything and
Did you stay
Yeah.
up till 12 every night watching the
oh,
episodes on
I
Adult
binged,
Swim?
No. I
No,
waited.
Really?
Yep.
Smart kid.
I got older, and
I
because
fucking
that's what I
stayed
do,
up
man.
and watched
I'll
those
wait
shit.
till. Same with like a lot of ones that are going on now with Demon Slayer and like everything else. Like I want to
See,
wait.
I can agree
until
with
it's
you there
done.
because as a kid in junior high, I actually read Death Note when it first was introduced into Shonen Jump. I'm not even trying to sound like a hipster there. Like I
No,
literally
it's-
did. And then I read like the first like 5 or 6 chapters in Shonen Jump. I went out and bought the 6 fucking first novels on paperback.
Yeah,
And
'cause-
read through all of them and just continued to read through all of them. But then like by the time I got to the end of it, it was like I remember like Tyler talking to me about it. He was just like, "Oh, the Death Note show, blah blah blah." And I'm like, I have no fucking interest in it. Like I don't care. I don't want to see it. And then I finally watched it a few years ago, and I was just like, "All right, yeah, that was fucking awesome. It was
There's
really
just
well done."
very
Like-
certain animes that affect us in our lives, and like we change after that.
It
Yeah.
touches us.
And
Yeah.
the Gurren Lagann to me is the most recent one, and it has, like I said, it hasn't happened in years. Like I haven't been that significantly affected by
Yeah.
a cartoon, basically. If you
Kind
want
of like watching Hunter x Hunter for the first time.
yeah, which thankfully, hey, throwback to last episode, y'all
Throwback.
put me onto that shit.
Throwback.
Yeah.
We're
Okay,
eventually going to give you guys our full scape on Hunter x Hunter. You just have to wait until we're able to do that.
We tried.
We tried.
Didn't work.
We basically got to the fucking end. It was fantastic. We had a great interview. Or episode, my bad, not interview.
And for those of you that do want to hear about it, you know, one day we might put it on our Patreon.
Patreon.
It was rough. We started off really, 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 really good, and it was going really well.
And then something happened.
And then it went so south. We couldn't figure out how to end the episode.
Some
We lost our
wires,
direction.
yeah, wires got crossed. Things happened. It was kind of a travesty and such. But to kind of top things off here, you know,
Jokes.
for everything that we've been talking about
For
for
our
the last
viewers,
like,
you
hour,
understand it.
You know,
you got that joke.
yeah, yeah. If you're watching the video footage of this right now, you'll understand the joke that I'm making. But more or less, you know, mecha anime is something that is extremely influential in anime culture in general. You know, culture in Japan. You know, it's a very prominent thing. Giant robots are fucking awesome, and we love them
Undeniably.
undeniably.
So I want to know. I want to go around the room and I want to ask when the phrase, mech anime comes to your mind. What is the first anime that strikes up that conversation?
Be free to tell us this at minimusfortune@gmail.com. Let us know what you think is your favorite mech anime. Talk to us, guys. We'd love to hear your feedback. You know, we'd love to have you have your input on our show and everything like that. Just give us a shout. You know, even if it's you want to tell us a story about, you know, when you first saw an anime that changed your life, just let us fucking know, man.
So what was the anime that when mech anime comes to your mind? What is it?
Digimon.
What?
He's on it. This guy's got it.
What?
Digimon. I'm just fucking with you.
I was gonna say we started this off. If we want to like back step a little bit, we were all supposed to talk about our favorite mech anime.
No, honestly, probably the RX. Just the OG Gundam. If I think of mecha.
So yeah, I know. I want to know.
In my mind, that's what I see. So, and aside from that, I see like the Gundam helmet. You know how they all have the gold eyebrows.
Yeah, they have the like
All Might
horns
looking
or
ass.
like spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I
get
think
it.
of. Something like that.
Yeah.
So,
To turn the tables over to me here, you know, it's really hard to say, honestly. I hate to sound like kind of cliche here.
Big
to
O.
those-
Oh, he knows.
hey, let me
got
get
it.
that in there before we end.
That just completely threw me off. My
Yeah,
game
you got-
there.
sorry, I had to
was,
mention
that. was
that.
such a name drop that.
Yeah.
Oof.
Now everybody's
Oof.
thinking Big O.
We are gonna have our own Big O episode.
At some
Talk about
point.
That's
yeah.
why we did
Batman
not
and a
talk
robot.
about it.
There's
I'm not
a
gonna
lot
say
to talk about.
I'm not gonna
so-
say that the animes that we talked
Yeah.
about tonight we're not gonna cover because we are gonna cover these animes.
I'm honestly surprised that one didn't come up
but
sooner.
Big O is
I
coming
don't know
up.
why I just
dude.
thought of it.
Yeah.
Big O is fucking coming up, and
It's cool. It's good.
we are ready. Riley, go ahead.
Sorry.
Thank you for
My bad.
yeah. So as far as favorite mech anime goes, I hate to say it, but I really, just got to stick to something that's more shocking and pivotal in its own factor. Honestly, Evangelion, man, it fucking
Yeah.
sells it.
Absolutely.
And, for several different reasons. They've done real-life comparisons of the Evas and the Gundams. Well, the Evas are bigger, so they're automatically more fucking cool. They have more humanoid features. They're actually, sort of angelic beings that are made into robots, and there's more of, a bonding process with the pilot and the Eva itself. It's fucking awesome. It's a really good story as far as powers go and stuff like that. Gundams definitely hold up in their own right. I think they're amazing. There's definitely a lot of capabilities there. Gurren Lagann is definitely in the top 3, if not number 2. As far as the scope for the size of the mechas they use, and the powers and just the story in general,
I've never
definitely
seen
number 2.
another show where they weren't bigger.
No.
Gurren Lagann, I feel like
it's-
it's the biggest mech
yeah.
I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
in
hard to
any
compare it
anime.
to. As far as a lot of variables there.
Yeah.
It's really hard to compare the amount of how good that fucking anime is.
So
I hate to
between
decorate it
us
so much.
boys, are we talking a full Gurren Lagann episode?
Yeah, that would
Hey,
take a lot to get
I'm
into.
sounding
but,
like we
That's
could
what I
do
asked
this.
for.
yeah.
I feel like we could do this in
He
two
made a
parters.
mention of that. Yeah,
You guys want to do it?
yeah, we could.
What do our listeners think?
I don't know. They should let us know at
And-
minimusfortune@gmail.com.
Go ahead. We also have a Facebook page. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for listening to Anime. I am your host, Tyler Campbell.
It's your boy Mason.
And your co-host, Riley Wallen.
We are going to be taking a break for Christmas.
Holodizzles.
Just to spend time with family. So you're
Because
gonna
we
be
have
without.
better shit to do than make podcasts. for
Do
you
we
guys.
actually have family? Wow. I don't know if our listeners do that.
We
I don't know.
actually have lives.
We don't exist in the ether.
We don't just
physically-
watch anime and make podcasts.
Yeah.
Well, to be
I-
fair, I
well,
do.
I mean, they don't need to know that.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't have much of a life.
And that's
I'm so
okay
lonely.
sometimes.
Call me, please.
But you guys, we appreciate you listening. This is, and now I mention everything. If you guys have any sort of questions or concerns or things you want to talk about, email us at minimusfortune@gmail.com and stay fucking animated.
Stay nerdy, bitches.
Stay nerdy. Stay nerdy. Stay nerdy. Stay nerdy. Stay nerdy. Stay nerdy.